Welcome to the second installment of Jackie Kennedy Drawings. This is probably one of my favorite illustrations I've done of her so far. She's wearing my coat and the dress shirt that I normally have, although I gave her a variation in that she has a black skirt in place of my pants, which are supposed to denote the fact that during the period where she was, I guess, at her height of political relevance, the 1960s, women did not wear pants as often as they do now. And I really like this a lot. Um, One, because I enjoy kind of the physique. I like the fact that the coat is kind of like overarching, like you can tell it hangs over and probably would. Um, if this were a full body image, show that it would just barely be. It would probably be around where the skirt would end, because she would. If I'm going off of like what the pattern I'd noticed from a lot of the dresses and different outfits she would wear when she was first lady, oftentimes the skirt tended to be, I guess, A shaped, if there's a way to describe it, where it kind of flares out a little bit on both sides, and it tends to go to her, I guess, calves, like up, like below the knee. I like the buttons. I like the just general aesthetic of this, and I also have the same hairstyle from the White House tour, which, as I mentioned before, is probably my favorite of her different hairstyles. I know that people generally associate her with just the bob, but I like the I always like that particular look the most from her. Um, this actually, I might change this to my profile picture. I really like it. Why did I draw her in my usual attire? I guess it helps me to kind of connect with her a little bit more. I'm not gonna say it brings her down to earth or anything, but just because, as I've mentioned before, with non-male historical figures, you can pretty much draw them in anything, and no one will like bat an eye or have a problem with it. And I think Jackie looked good in basically anything, so that would extend to my code as well. I will say, if there's one thing I do kind of regret a little bit about this illustration, is that I didn't get to give her a pearl necklace. That's a very common piece of clothing that she would have, or just, an accessory that she would often have, is what I should say. That was prevalent throughout most of the outfits that she wore. So having one of those, even if it's not like a full one, with the whole, like with the three strands, just around the collar, like just extending from left to right on her neck, I think would have made this more indicative of the time period that she was from. But again, I like it. I think it's just a nice little image. Now for the one that's gonna upset everyone. This is my not so successful attempt at drawing leopard print. Both me and her wearing a leopard print dress. I very much like the idea of just seeing what things look, what the same outfit looks like on different people, in terms of how tall they are, skin tones, length of hair, hair color, just things like that. And I'm 6'2", Jackie was 5'7", so it appears that she's like way taller than she should be. In my own interpretation, I see her as, because I have never liked pumps that much, because of they kind of like extend my height. But I interpret her like as wearing pumps, and that makes her taller, like around 5'10" or 11 or whatever, just really long pumps. But no, with the leopard print, I try to look at references of like, what do these other pictures look like that have it, of just shirts and dresses that are with that same design. And what I initially did was draw about 5 different, I guess, prints, right? And then put them together with the purpose of like taking them and spreading them across the image. But eventually I just kind of thought I was getting a little too repetitive, and I tried to mix it up a little bit more by taking one part and putting it here and putting it there, because the initial goal was to not have it be so repetitive. Like, I wasn't going to draw 15 different leopard print imagery. But I wanted to make it at least look like this is a consistent design across both the gown, I had and the gown she had. And I don't think I did that great of a job. I still really like it. Because I do think there is like a novelty to the idea of having two people wear the same thing. Just like matching, right? But I think I probably could have done a little bit better. And if I try to, because that's not gonna be the last time I ever attempt leopard print. I've never drawn it before. But if I do try to do us in the same outfit again, I'll make sure to have us in something a little bit more simpler. But I still like the image. He gave us, same lipstick color. Because I noticed she tended to have the, I guess, more darker pink than anything else. I think I've seen some pictures with her with red as well. So just in general, she would have, either pink or red lipstick. And that was another design choice I went with. But no, I do like the image. It is a good starting ground for, what could be a recurring pattern of just drawing us wearing the same thing and trying to see, how I can make it look on her and myself. Now, the last one is much simpler. This is just an illustration of her side profile. I believe it's based off the same picture of her from Venezuela, where she kind of had like the snow in her hair. I used that picture as a base twice because sometimes when I draw like something that's based off of a particular image, I'll try it twice with the emphasis on size, but also to see if I make it bigger, am I able to concentrate on more details or make it smaller? Am I able to just kind of like get a general idea of the size of things? And here was pretty much that same philosophy coming out to play, where the first part that we had, just Jackie Kennedy drawings, that one had the larger image that had like a more, not full body, but like half a body, right? Like the whole like torso. This one, again, more emphasis on the face, is just the head, but I prefer the face here more because I think it makes her more attractive than the other one. But yeah, this is going to do it for our second installment. I like all three of these. I think I could probably have done a little bit more work on the first one. I do like her wearing my coat. Same dress is also nice. So I have no regrets about these images. I hope you like them, and I look forward to doing part 3.